eyebrow tutorial, and I'm going to use this eyebrow razor that I got from the store. And this is how it looks like. When you go to the store, you may find different brand at the store, but luckily for me, when I went to the store, this is the brand, and I got this from Marshals. This razor blade, but I use my spoolie, and you can get this at the drugstore as well. It's very cheap and it's very affordable. So I go in, and you could tell my eyebrows has a lot of grown. Well, I start from the very beginning. I start from the top, go down outer corner here. Here you just put the blade here or the razor and just brush it down. And your hands are supposed to be off your eyebrows. What I would advise is you can use your spoolie. Here is the beginning of your eyebrow. If you don't know where it is, this is the beginning of your eyebrow. So definitely this is going to guide you to know how to shape your eyebrows. And then go to the peak of your eyebrow. So this is where you're supposed to have your peak corner, the side right on the tip of your nose right here. And then if you want to know where your eyebrows end, this is where your eyebrows definitely will end. So this is a guideline for anyone who is trying to shape their own eyebrows at home. This is super good, and it's going to guide you to shape your own eyebrows. You don't need so much technique. Just use the 3 techniques: beginning, peak, and the end. And then whilst you're using the razor blade, so you could tell I got a little bit of bump here, and it's okay, can work around it. So this is a clean eyebrow. So then I go in and then have the next one done. Use your spoolie. This is a spoolie, as I showed you. And then you go in and then you start this way. Don't get too close to your eyebrows. Just don't get too close. Well, I have available, so you just got just a tip of it. Not so much, just a little. You could fold your blade this way, or you could get the razor and then you use that in the corners of your eye, the bridge here, just to clean up the middle on your eyebrows, because it's very your on the side. You could feel whilst shaping your eyebrow, you could tell that your eyebrows are very oily. So I use this as my first base, and I go in with my gel. This is my gel from Elf, so you could try this too. And this helps your eyebrow to lay very nicely. Wonderful. So this is my tints. And I use that. This actually gives your eyebrow that base. You can use any affordable brow pencil, but I got this from a friend, and this is the BB's Cosmetics pencil, and it's in the shade. This is the bad. You could tell I have this tiny one that I use. So all I go in is to line. So you place your hands here, and then all you do is to just brush through your hair. Now with eyebrow, you can either use a pencil or you can either use a brush. So I do both. Sometimes I use a pencil, other times I use the powder. Eyebrows is flowing in their light strokes. So once I'm done, I usually will do 2 pencils. I have a darker shade. I'm only using a darker shade because I realize mostly when I do my eyebrows, when I take pictures, I tend not to see this side, but this side is always well shown. So I go in with a darker pencil, and then you just follow the shape of your eye. That's it. We're going with the light strokes. Remember guys, just light strokes. Just filling all the empty spaces in your eyebrows. That's it. And go in with your spoolie and brush through your hair. Go back here. Use brush. And when I get to the very tip, I tilt it and use just a tip. And then the rest of the product that is on the so done. Now I go in with my concealer. Usually I'll go this is my go-to concealer, the LA Girl Pro concealer. So I get my palette. You can do 2 shades if you want. You use the darker shade at the very top and a lighter shade. So I'm going to use 2 shades. My go-to is the Fawn, and the other one that I use as my concealer is the Topaz. So wait. And this time too, depending on how your hands, the angle that works perfectly for you, you do that. Some people, you can do it this way if that works for you. Now remember, I'm just using an angle that works for me. And don't worry if you mess up, you can always go back and correct it. That's the most important thing. So I go back in again with my pencil, and then I go in and make corrections. And so I go in with my spoolie, and then you realize I did a correction and I make that shape my face. I go in and then just brush through. So this is what I was able to do. Now let's take care of this side. It really is, it's not straight, it has this slight shape. You can do this, or you could also use brushes like this. So whichever you have can work, and you can have either a bigger one, a bigger brush like this, or you can use a smaller brush like this. So whichever works for you, it's perfect. It has to be either an angled brush or a flat brush. It works perfectly. But it's all about your hands, how flexible your hands are going to be. So let's do this one together. So as I said, I start from the peak. And do you see I don't get too close? So this is how you go. And then with the angle brush, you can tilt it this way when you want to have this side getting to the lower side to the end. You could use that to cut. And then once you get to the peak, you could turn it just to have the peak cut. See that? And all I'm doing is just dabbing for extra concealers. So you start this way, and then you keep working your way up. And if you have a magnifying glass, that will help a lot because you could see. And your hands have to be very flexible. So you work lower, then you keep going up. And then you draw it down. As I said, you can keep tilting your angle brush however you want it. It will get you the shape you want. So I go in with my puffy brush and then just dab the concealer into my skin. So I go in again. That is the toppest end. This is how I'm gonna do it. So I always tell people that work with the angle that works perfectly for you. Some people are able to do it this way, others that way. Others can do their eyebrows this way. You just have to know where to turn. And don't worry if you make a mistake, you can always go back and forth and then change it. Now usually the arc is always the, if I feel like I want to lighten up a little bit, I just go in with the same angle brush and I just lighten in with the light strokes. Just light strokes. It gives it that natural look. Spooly, just brush through. So going in with my buffer brush and then I just brush and then clean up. I'm almost done with my eyebrows. Yep. And as I said, if you sweat a lot, you need to moisturize a lot. So when I'm done with my brow, basically this is how I draw my eyebrow. I go in with a powder and then I'm using the Mabeline New York Poreless powder. So I just dab in lightly, and I just dab in just to give the like lock in the concealer, or else you start sweating. So guys, basically this is how I do my eyebrows. Easy steps, affordable things to use that you can get at a drugstore. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you like the new looks. So this is how I have my eyebrows done. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.